Greetings. Greetings, my dear Fantasistas. Hope you're all doing well. And the last event is a few days away. I really hope I'm not going to screw up. I have quite a decent lead, again, like second or third time during the season. And to be honest, I'm kind of scared. I don't know why. I had that feeling. I know. I potentially can choke. Well, I guess I'll contact Carlos then to, to sign me for G2 as official choker. But is what it is. Is what it is. Let's hope for the best. And let's discuss the matchups. So the first one we're going to start is Mouse against Astralis. Let's go to the page. And what can we see? Mouse really surprised everyone. They played great. Well, actually they kind of played average, but they played really great against Heroic. But I think with the Heroic, it was a problem that they felt overconfident. I didn't really follow how they played in their pracs. What's the win ratio over there? But to be honest, it feels like they were overconfident because they were like probably beating everyone in the pracs, like smashing them hard, and most likely they had a feeling like no matter what we do, we're still gonna go through. Well, it doesn't work like that, you know. You have to play really well in officials, not on the pracs. So that's a lesson for all those that are prac masters, you know. So official game is where you have to show up, not on the prac. Prac is for practicing, learning new stuff, trying new stuff, and at the end of the day, if it works, it works. If no, well, you learn something. So let's start with the mouse and Astralis. On Astralis side, on a good day, when both BlameF and config are on the server, Astralis are quite scary. With these type of performances, if Farlek is not gonna waste this weekend, they're actually gonna practice. Glaive can prepare them really well, and in this matchup, I have to go for Astralis. I really hope Farlek shows up, the config plays well, and to be honest, Blame if he holds his like average performance, then Mouse shouldn't even stand a chance. Yes, they playing really well, but right now is going to be probably like the first real experience for them as a team playing on a big stage. And obviously Dexter and Frozen, they very experienced by now. But like JDC, Bimus, he's been around for a while, but still, he's quite a new guy. Torzi is putting the good numbers out, but in general, should be Astralis game. If we're gonna check the map pool, what can we expect? Mouse, technically they can go for nuke, but it's just like a counter pick for Astralis because Astralis played a lot of nuke, and there's a lot of information about them and how they play a nuke, right? But if they're gonna play their best map, then obviously they're probably gonna go for Ancient. And on the other side, Ancient is also a map that Astralis have a quite huge portfolio on. And if it was up to me, then I'd most likely just pick Inferno as a mouse. I'd just pick Inferno, then the last map will probably be Nuke or Ancient, and that would be a decent gamble because in Inferno, whoever's gonna pick Inferno, like has probably advantage in the second map. So yeah, I'll be honest. I expect 2-0 from Astralis, so I hope it's gonna be quick 2-0, maybe like 16-8, 16-10, something like that. But in general, yeah, Astralis should be taking this one. So then the second map, the second matchup is Liquid against Moviestar. Movistar, I'm really glad for Spaniards. Really glad how they managed to, outperform teams like who were they facing there? Just double check. Yeah, like they played really decent against Navi. They beat Vitality. They beat G2. They beat every single team that was hoping for, like, that top six spot, right? Even before that, they beat Vitality 2-0, and then they beat them 2-1. It's it shows that they're consistent, right? They have they have their strengths. Nobody really knows how they really play. They play really ballsy, but that's it. You can't really anti-strat that type of a game. In terms of Liquid, well, Yekenda said it all in his interview, and ACS is very entitled. Nothing much to say. They their work ethic is quite poor, and yeah, I'm not sure how much they trying to improve their map pool during this week, how much they able to do, but the maps that we have seen from Liquid is basically like almost nothing, because in game against Furia, it could go either way. It could be like 2-0 for Furia, but for some reason Furia kinda, I'm gonna say it as it is, they shut the bed. That was not Furia that we all know. Maybe they have some internal issues in the team, because drop is going like -14. Yuri, when was the last time we've seen Yuri playing so bad? Seifi is the brightest player in the team, and yeah, he kind of saved me from disaster as well, because I had him in my team. But in general, Leech played really well. Nav was okay. OC stepped in like when it was needed, and Yekenda. It feels like it was Yekenda who was IGLing, to be honest, not Nitro. But is what it is. I don't know what they're able to bring to the LAN, but right now it doesn't look really promising for Team Liquid. Yes, we still have like plenty of fans of Team Liquid, but in general, I kind of hope that Movistar beat them. And if we look at the map pool one more time, then we're gonna see that Liquid played what, one, two, three maps in okay style, but Movistar they don't play those two. Then Overpass, despite that they have 33% Overpass, if we click and see who they played on Overpass, we'll see Navi they lost 16-10, then they beat Vitality 16-4, and that was recent. Uh, they played and they beat Outsiders on Overpass. They beat So on Overpass. Like they lost to some other teams, but these probably like the preparations, right? So this is what matters right now. It's not the worst map, not even the best map. They can play it, and if you're gonna try to play against them on the map, you don't really have much information. So what are the options for Liquid? What they can pick? They can go for Mirage, yes, but everyone plays Mirage, right? Then what's your second option? Ancient, but they also play Ancient. It's like map that majority people play against them, but to be honest, they have enough experience to kind of work out their weaknesses already on the map. And for some reason, I believe we have a chance for Movistar to close this one as 2-0. But I hope, I hope, hope Movistar wins. Then let's jump into my prediction for the pick'ems. So this is what I picked. Pick Mouse to lose against Astralis, Astralis to move on, Astralis Navi. Well, on a really good day, Astralis can surprise. Really, on a really good day. When config hits, when he's on the server, when Farleg doesn't whiff too many shots, Blamef plays as Blamef, and like all we need to get from Navi is basically Electronic not really feeling the IGLing or simple missing a couple of vital shots, and then boom, Astralis can win. On the other side, FaZe against Moviestar. This is the matchup where anything can happen. And because FaZe are trying to close the year on a high note, even that technically anything is possible, I doubt that FaZe is gonna drop a map. Especially now when Navi took over in a rank. Navi's rank 1 team now. I don't think even a single chance for FaZe to not get to the final. And it will be like the most logical thing that two best teams of the past 6 months they meet in the last event in final to decide which team is gonna just stay on top for the player break and which one is the best. Obviously, FaZe picked up multiple trophies during this time, but we're talking about right here, right now, with both teams having quite fresh lineups. Well, in terms of FaZe, what, since the beginning of the year? In terms of Navi, couple of weeks, right? Month. So in this final, FaZe up, and that's it. That's what I think. So let's try to build a team that makes most sense first. And I'll say now, I'm not gonna show you my final team for this event in this video. I'm gonna drop it in my Twitter when the event gonna begin during the first game, because I don't really want someone to counterplay me or something like that. But it's quite common sense that most people just gonna go for two. All right, most people in top 5, top 10 just gonna, all right, if they wanna win, they have to go for the gamble, right? If they wanna still stay in the top 10, because we can look at the fantasy, and yeah, I have 12-point lead, and then guys have like 1, 2, like 3-point difference in between each other. So yeah, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, and then it's like fifth guy, like what, 7, 6, and then everyone is like within 1 point, 2 point difference. So it kind of makes sense that you just go for double FaZe, double Navi, and then you fill in with the player like, I don't know, maybe like Moppers, or if you really believe that someone else can pop off, and let's say in game like Astralis against the Mouse, the winner, let's say winner goes plays Navi, and the winner can play both games really really well. Let's say someone like I don't know. Let's say Farlig, right? Let's say Farlig. He practices really well for the whole week. He's feeling it. He plays really well against Mouse. He's gained like 25 points for that game. Then they move into the game against Navi, and in that game, let's say Blamef does Blamef stuff, but Config isn't present. But Farlig still like gain his kills and like, let's say, ends up with like plus, I don't know, +5. So at the end of the day, he's gonna be like what? If you use some boosters, and still he can end up being positive, right? So let's say we go for that. On the other side, we kind of have to go for Rain because he's very cheap, and then you just choose who you want. Like you want Robs, Twist, Brokey, or if you believe that most likely it's gonna be Navi that's gonna pick up, you just go on Kerrigan, just like add some boosters on him, just make him positive, and then just like pick, let's say, Bit and SDY, and here we go. You go to team. You even have like 22k left, so you can swap someone for, let's say, you can swap for config, or if you believe that it's not going to be config, but let's say it can be like moppers or sunpires, you can like play around, or you can just like drop the one of the liquid players if you think that it can be one of them. Just drop Yekinda, and here we go. There's your team. Like if you believe that, let's say Navi gonna win, then go for this. If you believe that it's probably gonna be FaZe, then let's say Rain plus, let's say Brokey, right? Let's say Rain plus Brokey, then Perfecto and SDY, and you have 184k left. That's very decent. You can pick Glaive or Zip. You can throw in Dets if you think that, if you kind of think similar like I do. You can You can even swap someone like twists, and here we go. You have very good team. Because let's be honest, right? In the final, who's gonna shine the brightest? Probably one of the carries. What what are the carries that can shine for these teams, right? It's obviously simple, but in a game like against Astralis or Mouse, it can be probably bit that outshines simple and just like, maybe SDY has another of his like, unexpected performances. Maybe Electronic just like does really good. Anything can happen, right? And if you invest 250k, the only game where simple can really outshine everyone is probably the game against FaZe. And if FaZe wins, then let's be honest, you don't really have a much chance to kind of go really really far with just simple like carrying you, right? Let's say you get simple carry gun SDY, and what you have left 380. Let's say you grab rain and zip, right? Is this option? Yes, it is. Is this the worst option? Probably no, because you can go for like Kerrigan as a maybe like support, SDI as IGL, Rain as a defender as always, and you can drop something on Zip like I don't know, like Noob or something like that. It doesn't really matter. But if this team actually plays out and let's say FaZe wins, then SDY probably gonna not gonna play really well in the final. Zip, there's always potential that Astralis loses, and yeah, and in general, I prefer to go for something really balanced. So we need an OPA. So if I was like picking my team right now, which I obviously won't do, I would probably go for something like Brokey Kerrigan, then bit SDY, and then I would have some money left over to fill someone like Farlig or like Moppers, whatever, right? Because this is like most logical thing, right? You go for one carry of each team and hope they're gonna pop off. One carry, one support, and either of them wins, and you still get your decent points, right? But I guess majority of people just gonna gamble because there's really like what 20 people potentially still in a race uh, for the top prizes, because let's say he gets 25 points, right? He's only gonna reach my amount of points, right? So it's going to be 296 as well. So only like top 10 people can actually still theoretically have a chance to win, right? So anyone outside of here has a chance for like top 3, but that's it. Only top 3 technically. So only top 10 is real contenders, and if they trying to win, they have to gamble. And now let's discuss some gambles, right? So my expectation that if anyone can upset, then it's Mouse, right? Anything can happen. I really doubt it's gonna happen, but if we look at the prices, if we look at Frozen at 205k and Torzi at 208, these are two best players of the team. And with that said, you can throw in SDY. You're still on 300k. Arrogant, props. You have a sniper. You have star rifle. You have support player. You have IGL, and you have a star player. Or even if you think it's twists time, from Vim, instead of SDY, you can grab Perfecto. And technically, this is a good lineup for like a potential upset. On the same time, you can try to gamble on Astralis, let's say Blameff and Config. Let's say they go for something unreal, and who you gonna play then? Let's say Twists, and that's not enough money. So Kerrigan and Twist, you still have 185 left, and then you can pick someone else. Like that's is that an option? Yes, it is. So even though there's some really like highly priced carries, you still have a decent chance to put a good either upset team or good main team, right? So for me, it's probably gonna make sense just going for two Navi, two face players, and then hope to get a fifth player that's gonna win their first game and not gonna tank in a second one. So this is what I think, and as I said, I'm gonna drop my lineup on my Twitter account. You can follow me if you want, and good luck to you all, and see you after the event.